Well, how about them Canes, Coop? I guess there's always next year. Do you know that every time I talk to my friends and family, that's the first thing that they say to me? They're always mocking Coop and the Miami Hurricanes. And you want to know why? Because every year, that's what I say to them. Next year's the year. Next year, it's going to be our time. Welcome to episode number 12 of Walking and Venting with Coop, the series where I literally walk along the edge of my property and we discuss, sometimes debate a hot, controversial, possibly negative topic when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes. So buckle up. Your boy Coop is still not feeling real good today. I got a short fuse, so this one might get a little heated. I do ask two things from you guys. Number one, hear me out before you type a comment, please. It's very obvious, and I can tell when someone types a comment and they've watched 5 minutes of the video. Give me a few minutes to explain what we're talking about here, and then we'll chop it up in the comments. Number two, this cat is Carl. Yes, we've named him, and he is a community cat, apparently. So he goes around from house to house and gets food, and apparently we are now feeding him as well. So he's going to be running back and forth between my legs, so I'm going to be all over the place. Bear with me with that also, because, well, it's a cat, and cats, I guess, do whatever they want to do, so he's not going to listen to me. Also, keep in mind, last disclaimer, I'm not saying that this is my opinion, but I am thinking about it. Like, I don't know if this is the solution. I don't know if this would be a good or a bad thing, but I want to know how you feel about this. So hear me out. Let's talk. Mario Cristobal should embrace the idea of microwave success. For now. Let me make that very clear. For now. For just a little bit. Let me explain. For the people who are wondering, Coop, what do you mean by microwave success? I'm talking about taking the same approach as some of these other teams and attacking the transfer portal hard. I'm talking build your fantasy team. Fire up the Canes Connection NIL Collective. Write the checks. And get those guys at Miami. And I'm not talking about just, big time developmental players, guys that are going to stay, 2-3 years. I'm talking about bring in the former 5-star quarterback that produced big time numbers at his school, but his head coach just got fired and he's looking for somewhere to go. I don't care if Tyler Van Dyke decides to return next season and you bring in this guy who's a one and done. You're going to have to say, Tyler, you're going to have to beat this guy out because we're bringing in an experienced guy that puts up big time numbers and he's going to be our quarterback unless you can prove otherwise. So that's what I'm trying to say. Build the temporary fantasy team. Now let me explain. This is why I said you need to give me a few minutes, because what everyone is going to say is, Coop, microwave success. We're seeing a lot of these teams who took this approach and, they made a run for a conference championship or the college football playoffs, and then everything literally fell apart year two. Look at where they're at now. I mean, you can talk about some teams like, these may be bad examples, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Michigan State or Arkansas maybe, or possibly USC or TCU. I don't know. There's a lot of examples. There's a lot of variables you would have to mix in. But here's why I think that Mario maybe should embrace this microwave success thing. And I also need to add something else. Mario has made it very clear he's not a huge fan of this idea. He uses the transfer portal. We have a lot of transfer portal players right now. But Mario wants to build a strong foundation. He wants to bring in guys that stay 3, 4, 5+ years and build this program from the ground up. He doesn't want temporary success. He wants to build a dynasty. He wants this thing to be long term. He doesn't want a one and done. And I respect that. And it's a good, smart approach. Like there's literally nothing wrong with that. It sounds good, right? Here's the problem. Players want to win now. Fans want to win now. Recruits want to go to teams that are winning now. And times have changed a bit. Things are a little bit different. So here's what I'm thinking. Hear me out. We're 6 minutes into this, and I'm just now getting to what I'm thinking. It's going to be one of those kind of videos. Plus, I'm continuing to be stalked. I don't know if you can see him. See if he's going to get me. There it comes. So, oh my gosh, this video is going to be all over the place. Hear me out. What is Mario Cristobal known for? Think about it. He's a master recruiter. If Miami could have some instant success right now, imagine Miami is competing in the conference championship this season. Imagine Miami's in the college football playoff talks. Could that not help springboard this entire program into success? Because pair that with Mario Cristobal being a master recruiter, all these recruits seeing that we're competing, we're winning 10, 11, 12 games right now. Pair that with what Mario can do after only winning 5 games, and it could really jumpstart this program. A lot of these other places, it's, you know, the argument is here is it's not sustainable. And I get that. It's something that's very scary to do. You don't want to solely rely on the transfer portal. It can create issues in the locker room. You can have problems with chemistry, with bringing in all these different players from other programs and things. Like, I get it. But there starts to become a point in time where even though we're seeing progress, and I do agree, we are seeing progress. Last year, we got blown out by Florida State. This year, we lost by 7. We played back-to-back top 10 teams in Florida State and Louisville, lost by a combined 14 points. 7 to Louisville, 7 to Florida State. We didn't get blown out by anybody. Our worst game was a 14-point loss to NC State, and the wheels just fell off in that game. Everything went wrong. Nobody blew us out this year. There is positive progress. But is it too slow, and is it going to cost Mario and this team? Because there comes a point in time when it could start to negatively impact recruiting. And if we aren't doing well in recruiting, what happens to Mario? Mario's thing is recruiting, and if he's not recruiting well because we're losing games, we just start to go into a downward spiral at that point. And I realize it seems like I'm being negative, but just think about it for a second. If, worst case scenario here, Miami only wins 6 games, let's say we lose to Boston College and we lose our bowl game, that means we won 1 more game from last season. The average fan, and there is nothing wrong with this, but the average fan is not looking past the surface. The average fan is looking at wins and losses. Probably not even the scores. Definitely not the stats. And it's going to be, we won 5 last year. We only won 1 more this year. Why are we paying Mario Cristobal $8 million a year? Why are we giving these coordinators all this money if that's the only amount of progress we're making? To an extent, recruits can kind of fall in the same category, but they're football players, so they see the bigger picture. But they also do want to win now. It's a tough sell to say, hey, come play for Miami. We're rebuilding this thing. Give us 3-4 years. By the time you're a senior, I bet you we're competing for a conference championship. That's a tough sell when you got Georgia going back to back. You got Ohio State winning 10-plus games. Alabama seems like now all of a sudden they're making a comeback. Look at the recruiting. Look at where the big-time 5-star, 4-star players are going. We're not going to talk about stars. That's a whole nother video. All I'm saying is, if they were to attack the transfer portal and go for a little bit of microwave success for now to help Miami win more games, it could really make this thing take off, and factor it in with Mario's recruiting. Because it's getting to a point to where Mario is losing fan faith and support, which, guess what? Makes everything even tougher. Miami is already an uphill battle for more reasons than we can go over in this video. But then when you also factor in losing fan support, which means losing lots of financial support, it means tons of negativity on social media, which recruits also see. It's all bad. It's all bad. And we always say winning fixes everything. Is that not what we say? I bet you it's left your lips before. It sure as heck left mine. So if Miami were to start winning more games, okay, everything looks good, right? We need some extra help to get this thing going quicker. I don't know if 3 more years from now, if all we've won is 8 games, if Mario can survive. I don't care if he's, played at Miami. I don't care if he has ties to the program. I don't care if he cares so much about this football team and the University of Miami. If he's hitting a peak at like 8 wins 2-3 years from now, the support will be gone totally. And I think most of us can probably agree on that. And it's not easy to do. It's not like you can just go in and just pick whoever you want out of the transfer portal. And the transfer portal alone is not just this big solution that guarantees college football playoffs or conference championship. I'm not saying that. But what I'm trying to get at here is Mario is not a fan of this microwave success idea. Even if it means it taking 5+ years, he wants to build it from the ground up. And like I already said, I respect that. But I think maybe he needs to be more aggressive. I think we need to be better at evaluating transfer portal talent, because all you got to do is look at Louisville. I understand circumstances are totally different. You have to look at what happened in the past, the team Mario inherited versus the team Jeff Brom inherited, yada, yada, yada. We could go on and on. But the reality is Jeff Brom is year 1, and he's competing for an ACC championship, and he only has 1 loss so far this season. So we're talking purely surface level here. That does not look good for Miami. Can we agree? Recruits see Louisville winning. Fans see Louisville winning. Support starts to go up. Recruits start to pay a little more attention to them. They might sneak into the college football playoffs if they can beat Florida State in the ACC championship game. Then you look at Miami and it's, well, they're competing a little better. Yeah, they didn't lose by as much this year. They only won 1 or 2 more games, but they're probably getting better. There's too many what ifs there. There's no guarantees that it continues to go up. There's no guarantee that Miami is competing in the ACC championship next year or the year after or the year after. Miami needs some extra help. Miami needs a jump start. And I think that we got to approach this thing the way some of these other big-time programs have approached it. And we got to find some instant success right now. Starting in 2024, we have to. And as I said, that means probably, let me try to find a way to bring this thing all together. I'm sorry, I know I've been all over the place. I really think that means bringing in some one and done big time players, even if it means we have some Miami guys that have put in the time. I'm talking guys that have been here 2-3+ years. Their time should be coming up. And then you bring in a big time player that ends up taking their spot. And like I said, there's a fine line there, because you don't want to lose the locker room either. We can address all of it. I realize that's a very fine line. Well, what about the loyalty from the coach? And, I put in my time and I fought and I tried to earn my spot. And then you're telling me you're going to bring in this 5-star guy from such and such school, I don't know, up north somewhere, and now I just have to take a seat? Are you kidding me? College football's different now. Times have changed. Things are different. The game has evolved. I'm just worried. This is why, like I said, I'm not saying this is the solution. I am not. I like Mario's approach. Actually, I really, really do like it. I am just concerned that it's going to take a little too long and we're not going to get to see it come to fruition. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. Because in a microwave society like we have, players, fans, recruits, we may never make it to that point before somebody loses a job. Like I said, I'm just being honest. Mario's here for a long time. Long term. I'm getting the cat's attacking me again. I'm sorry. Mario's here for a long time, but bro, I'm telling you, like I said, if we're 5 years into it and max wins is 8, then we'll be having a different conversation. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. There's also the factor that, you know, the transfer portal giveth and sometimes it taketh away. And we talk about, you know, the purge that happened here at Miami. We got to get rid of Manny's players. Yeah, we got to get those locker room cancer guys out. But if Miami can't find a way to start winning and start trending upwards quicker, you're going to start having some of the good players that you like leaving. I'm not going to name any names, but I'm just saying it's very possible. You can also lose guys that you wanted to hang on to. So we got to find a way to jumpstart this thing. I am a couch coach. There's a reason why Mario Cristobal gets paid the big bucks and I don't. I'm a YouTuber. I just scream and yell into a camera. But I just wanted to see what you guys think about that. It goes deeper than just the transfer portal. Like I said, that doesn't guarantee success. But we're seeing a lot of programs be able to make that happen, and then they're crumbling the next year after all those one-and-done guys are gone. Could Miami be in a position to where Mario could still play master recruiter, but also bring in this crazy, amazing, talented, productive, impactful transfer portal players and build this crazy, awesome team that goes on a run literally next year, and it boosts the recruiting, it boosts fan morale and support, and it springboards this thing into success for many years to come. I realize that sounds way too good to be true when I say it out loud, and boy, it does. Because as Miami fans, we're always just waiting for something to go wrong. But tell me what you think. I'm on the fence. It's not like we get to make the decision anyways. Again, I can't say it enough. I'm not saying this is the solution. I'm not standing firm in the paint and saying this is what we do. This is the blueprint. Because I don't know. It's like Miami is its own thing. It's like you can't compare Miami to anywhere else. It just never seems to work that way. So I don't know. I really don't. And I'm in no way saying that Mario doesn't utilize the portal. But like I said, I think we got to do it more. And I think that they got to be better at evaluating the guys that we get out of there. It needs to be guys that come in and make an impact now. Because Mario is all about long-term. Building the relationships, the foundation. And that's good. But he's got to be careful with it being too little too late. Because support's dwindling, man. Some people are getting fed up. So let me know what you guys think. I hope that this made some sense. Like I said, I have been just attacked. And I have places I need to be, stuff I got to go get done, so I needed to film this, but I wanted to put this idea out there. Help me out. Let me know what you think. This cat's about to knock the camera over. Just watch. Remember though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. You know why I can't throw it up. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.